Do you want to choose any company, Asma? Or you wanted to present first?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, my internet is lagging. I said Team Namastai. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, Namaste. You guys can take over screen.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Asma. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, you can
See the
start
Namaste?
anytime.
You see the Namaste slide?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so today I'm presenting Namaste, and we're gonna go through user stories of two people. On my left, I have Jerry, who is a 25-year-old software engineer at a startup, and he's been suffering from back pain due to his long working hours. So that's when his friend suggested him to do yoga as a solution. On my other hand, I have Sophia, who is a 19-year-old college student in San Francisco. And she got inspired by social media fitness influencers on Instagram or Facebook, like to stay fit. And she also started doing such activities like hiking, running, and doing yoga. So going through the problems they have, like Jerry has a busy work life, so it makes it difficult for him to attend fixed timing classes. So in order to accommodate for that, he usually watches YouTube video tutorials that do not really give him feedback on his performance. This lack of guidance and support has also demotivated him. Whereas for Sophia, the challenge has been about affording yoga. So she cannot really afford private classes because it's too expensive for a student to afford $50 an hour. Plus, group classes are $20 an hour, and they do not get enough attention, as there's a lot of people and instructor cannot focus on everybody. And she felt beginner anxiety as well. She wasn't able to keep up with the group. And she used to practice with her professional yogi friend, but after COVID-19, even they got disconnected and out of touch. So why is there a need now? As I discussed these two user stories, which are very generalizable to a lot of users out there, that private classes are expensive, and if you take group classes, there's not enough attention in group classes, plus the pace of session is not adjusted to you. And video tutorials do not give personalized feedback, plus COVID-19 social distancing norms have also disrupted gatherings. So current solutions have poor accessibility, affordability, and effectivity. That's where we present the solution, Namaste, which uses artificial intelligence to track your body movements and give you detailed, personalized feedback to help you learn and improve your yoga poses. So I'll give you a quick demo of how the core feature currently in construction looks like. So there's one upload option where you kind of have a pose and you upload your own pose. That's when the app will analyze your pose and tell you which body part is in well alignment as the instructor and which is not, or which is good enough range. Right now, this is just the core feature. In future, we are going to add more detailed feedback and also going through step by step. Now, this is just a locally uploading an image, but we have also developed a real-time version. I'll just close that. Yeah. So here I have 4 poses. I'll select 1 or 2. And I just showed you upload image. Now I'll show you the live training one. This is GS. So currently, I'll just show the half pose. Like if I align it well, the red line should turn green when it's matching the instructor. And so it helps you kind of keep in touch. It still needs some fine tuning, but it's still getting somewhere. Yeah. So this helps users actually see how well they are in alignment with the instructor and compare their poses. So with having such an application has three core benefits, which also tackle the three core problems we have, which is accessibility. You can use the application anytime and anywhere at your own convenience. Plus, it makes it affordable. Instead of spending so much at classes, you can have free basic version, which gives you access to a lot of poses. And if you want to unlock special premium features like voice commands and NLP features, you can always pay a $5 a month for a premium version. And here you also get personalized feedback with AI, giving focus to each joint of your body. So next, I'll open it for Q&A.
Cool. Let's take 2 questions from other teams. Yeah, go ahead, Connor.
For your users that use the free plan, do you plan on using any monetization methods to also gain some revenue from the free users? Or plan, if so, what kind of monetization methods do you plan to use? And oh yeah, that was my question.
Well, if I get you correctly, you're asking like how do I plan to generate revenue from free users?
Yep.
And yeah, from free users, currently, I'm not planning to generate any revenue. I would not like to take a path of showing ads because that really ruins the experience in order to make money. But of course, they will have access to all the features except limited to a number of poses they can get feedback on. In order to have access to all the broad ranges of poses and workout sessions, they will need to have a premium version. And that's currently our monetization model, to have a freemium based model. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer?
Yep.
Anyone has any question? Yeah, go ahead, Finn.
Do you have anything like a roadmap for the type of poses that you would do first and then the type of poses that you would do next? Like I imagine that there are some which are relatively easy to pull off in terms of facing the camera and some which are much, much harder because the human body contorts so significantly.
Do you mind repeating the second part? Like I understand you're asking for a roadmap of like going which poses I'm going to prioritize first. And so what was the second part of the question?
Just an elaboration on the first part. Like,
Oh,
yeah. Have you thought about it?
okay. Yeah, we definitely have thought about this, and that's why currently the 4 poses I just showed in the demo, that options we have are down dog, warrior 1, warrior 2, and tree pose. So these are like the very basic poses every beginner starts with. So that's what we have prioritized. We will add more poses. We will add by the ease of pose. We are going to add what a beginner starts with, because that's what kind of the niche we want to test our early application with. Not professional, but those who are beginning to learn yoga or are still at an amateur stage. Yeah.
Cool. Anyone has any question? That could be like a last question. In that case, I do have a question. How many the sign up or like a potential you guys have it so far, and then how you are planning to acquire more users?
Yeah, currently I have 8 users or also testers whom I had actually conducted user interviews with, and they have actually signed up, all of them, because that they want to personally stay updated with the progress and also want to keep trying out with the features. And in terms of expansion, when our beta version at least is ready and we are looking for some high traction or growth, I'm looking forward to collaborating with Instagram influencers who do yoga to share our application. And also, especially for that, we are thinking of having one social feature as well in Namaste, where you can click your snapshot and have an analytical screenshot, which kind of people can just share on Instagram, which also shows your accuracy score.
Cool. Sounds good. Okay. Prism, you can choose next team to present.
I'd like to call Greenbook.
Greenbook. All right. This is a revenge match in that case. All right. In that case, Asma or Arnav? Just while waiting for the Greenbook's presentation, from here we do have 4 weeks or 5 weeks left. So like, we do have a pitch session in 2 weeks, but thing is you guys can start to improve your pitch. You want to more like, getting toward to the presentation or like a pitch to receive the investment from investors. So I share the template to you guys, and we do have like a specific session in 2 weeks. But thing is, you can start to like try to like improve your pitch in order to like receive investment from the investors by the demo day, right? Cool.
Yeah, we're ready to go. So we're pitching today Greenbook, which is a social network app for people that want to grow plants anywhere, everywhere, and we help them to take care of them and grow from seed to plant. So we surveyed a lot of people from all walks of life, all age groups, and we found 3 common issues that we are hoping to solve with this app. The first one is it's not easy to keep plants alive. A lot of people started off as a hobby and they get very frustrated because they're not able to just figure out exactly how to keep plants alive, because each plant is different, needs different care. The second issue that we've discovered is that it's even more difficult to not get discouraged after the first failure. So there's a behavioral component to it. Even though it's something that's supposed to be relaxing, and gardening is often approached as a hobby outside of like technological distraction. So people go for it initially for relief, but find a lot of frustration. And the third issue that we saw is that buying and selling gardening equipment is very time consuming and the information is too scattered, because often these firms or small shops tend to not be very tech savvy and tend to be, again, like very small and don't have everything in one place. So those are the 3 issues that we've discovered after just talking to a lot of people and interviewing nurseries. And these 3 issues are solved for 2 types of people. Like we found 2 main categories: people that are already good at planting, but are looking for community and want to share their knowledge, want to take their experience to the next level where they become better, approach more complex plants, things like that. The second group is the more beginner level target user, which wants to join this new kind of trendy TikTok trend, because gardening is becoming this very hot topic. We see like from all data resources that people are very intent on taking on this hobby, but they're often not very good at it as explained, so they need an extra support or extra help. So Greenbook does multiple things. We will be launching our first feature next week, so stay posted for that. But the 3 main components to the app are easily accessible and practical knowledge on how to make plants thrive. And we do this through a plant database of the most common plants or houseplants that are out there. The second solution or second feature is using behavioral science to bring together locals and professionals. So we're creating this community platform or portal where people can post their questions, where they can just connect with other people in their environment, or even gardeners to share tips, advice, or even activities with each other. And the third feature is to offer a marketplace where experts and nurseries or small local owners can present and sell their different equipment, and where the users, so on the other side, the buyer side, can come and have the entire package ready to go to start their planting journey. They don't need to go scatter. They don't need to go to Home Depot to get one thing and then go to the nursery to get that specific plant. But it will be all in one central marketplace where they can pick things up, or at least where they can access everything. The way the monetization works is that we want to have a premium AI advisor. What the AI advisor does is it tells you how much water. So you send in a picture of your plant, and the AI reads it up and tells you how much water, temperature, and detects potential diseases in your plant and gives feedback based on that. Another point of monetization that we're identifying and we saw after just talking to a lot of nurseries is this idea of a marketplace. So again, a lot of these nurseries are not very tech savvy and lack an online presence. There's just not a centralized place where they can sell their stuff or where they can be reached. And having a place like Greenbook where people already are at sharing their passion for planting but can at the same time buy things will also serve these local stores. So they can have like this entire set of tools to grow their plants from seed to finish. And we again found multiple features to be important. The most important one actually, and we pivoted a little from where we were initially at, was this idea of a plant database. People actually still find it a little troublesome or a little hard to know exactly what plant needs what. So this plant database, you send in your picture and it tells you, okay, this is the plant, this is what it needs. The AI component is still something that we found after doing surveys to be useful. Community forums and the marketplaces discussed before are kind of our key features in the app. Those are that's kind of the big run through of Greenbook, and we will be launching at least the plant database feature in a mobile version by next week. So we're very excited about that.
Cool. Let's take 2 questions. Anyone has any questions? Yeah, go ahead, Finn.
So with the plant database feature, in what context did you guys find that people wanted that or people needed that?
Yeah, good question. So we found that people often, or at least the second user that we've interviewed, or the second category of user that we've interviewed of the lower age group, they've identified that they somewhat know how to grow plants, but they don't have an easily accessible information source. Like they'll have to do their own research, or they're just a little bit painful to go over a list of 50 houseplants. And a lot of people are like, I just want to have like one big place where I can in literally a few seconds say, this is the plant that I have. How do I make sure that I keep it alive in its entire trajectory? And because often people have, let's say you have an aloe vera plant, they know maybe initially how to kind of bring it alive. But then as an aloe vera plant becomes older, it needs specific trimming or just like in its entire plant journey, specific care, and people find that hard to access. So they just want a more comprehensive, very quick guide on how to go from like day 0 to day 50 of a plant, and that's information that they said it's lacking sometimes for their gardening journey.
Cool. Let's take one more question. Kota, Johannes, Taiho, Paitam, Reason, Leo, Arnold. Anyone has any question? In that case, I do have a question. Are you guys going to focus on like a specific geolocation in order to launch the marketplace?
Sure, let me take that. I think we haven't really thought about that before, so it's good that you bring it up. We do believe that we're gonna, identify contractors in the specific region, but that would mostly be manual work so far based on our ideation. But I think it makes a lot of sense to note down GPS coordinates, and then sort of, filter or sort by those in order to find more specific, maybe just local shop owners to obtain resources from. I think we'll be looking into that after this.
Any specific city or like country or like neighborhood you guys planning to focus?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think because we've only talked to people that are based in SF or at least in nurseries, it makes the most sense to do it in San Francisco, and it kind of also fits the demographic for which we think that this product fits the best for, like these households or just like young generation that's hip, that's tech savvy, but is looking for more mindful kind of projects and hobbies. So SF seems to be the most intuitive base where these type of quirky hobby apps tend to take off. So that would be most likely where we're launching. And the waitlist that we have right now for people that are willing to try the app and the nurseries that have indicated they want to be on the marketplace are all based in SF. So that would make the most sense.
Sorry, just like a quick follow-up question, and then we can take Kota's question. How did you find anywhere that you can find the potential prospect lead of the flower stores, for example, like a Yelp, any type of like a database that you guys can reach out to like potential flower stores?
Yeah, we haven't talked to many, and we haven't had many nurseries. So I think right now we have 2 yeses. But the way we've approached is just like visiting them, look around in their stores, and like make a conversation with the owner. I think it would be interesting to maybe automate it more or try to find them online. But we still need to validate with a lot of nurseries as to what how the marketplace would look like for them and what would be like the most useful like way of organizing and designing the marketplace. So yeah, for now it's more in-person visits.
Cool. Yeah, no, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's take Kota's questions and then let's move to the next team.
I remember from the previous last couple of pitches, you mentioned something about flower shops. You mentioned that there's 2 user types, and I'm wondering how the flower shop would play a role for the users.
Yeah, so the users are looking for convenience, and nurseries are looking for extending their customer base. And often these nurseries have just a few very loyal, kind of a little bit old customer base. So that's how they kind of match up with each other. Where like for like the target users that want to have like a convenient hobby, there's a centralized place where they can get all their stuff. They don't need to go out and look for things and compare prices. The marketplace does stuff for them, so it offers them this